What's going on, everybody? Nine of 13 here. We're back with another stream for Bus Simulator 21. Just waiting for gameplay recording to resume. Just give me a second. There we are. What's up? Welcome aboard. 9 of 13 here with another Bus Sim 21 stream. Ooh, thunder. Alright, so in this one, we're going to start out by putting decals on the bus. I have 100 buses. Not every one has been completed yet. So we're going to take care of that right now. Let's see. Should I paint the citywide? Let's see which one I want to finish up. Zataro G maybe? Nah. Etc. Possibly. And let's go with my favorite, the BYD. I think I got like 2 local buses I have yet to paint, because 2/3 of them are Bus Rapid Transit, the RAP. And let's go with 88. So it's already numbered. It already has the correct paint. So let's get this bad boy started. So as you can see, I always use the blue and gold for my main companies. My Astra company, my Seaside Valley company, has, what is it, white and blue? I want old school New York City colors on that one. These are the new New York City colors. So, customize. Now, for interiors, this is the one I always choose for this one. But from going through it, you could see the various options you have when everything's unlocked. And if you have the DLC, you also get these environmental friendly themed ones. Protect nature. All green, nice little turquoise marble type getup, and another protect nature one with the emblem on it, which I think is kind of dope. But for a unified fleet, we're gonna keep with that one. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get my feed to show on my phone so I could see comments. Hasn't registered yet. Hold on a second, guys. Oh yeah, I'm live. Okay. I guess I got that 2-minute delay on YouTube going on again between myself being live and my phone showing it. So we'll just keep it moving now. Advertisements. I don't really put ads. I got a few buses of ads. We'll take a look at them right now. We got the club one, Oakland nightclub, planetarium, Spring of Affection, the sequel to Winter of Passion. What else do we have? We have the sports stadium, which really does need a bus stop in front of it. Gold Island, which I use on my E3 Gold Island route as part of the livery. Arnold Park. Which one's this one? Oh, Beach Palace. And the Chinese takeout spot in Chinatown, Wok House. I hope the Chinese food is as good as here in New York. But this one's gonna have no ads. So let's go to my look. So, while most buses have only primary and secondary, as you can see, there are 3 sets of these. Here's how it works. Color number 1 is the roof, where you see the blue. We'll just change that real quick so you can see which ones are affected from the first 2 selections. That would be up top for the roof. So we're going to bring that back down to blue. Primary and secondary color number 2 is currently what's the gold stripe. You can see it from changing. Also, the accents above the wheels are affected by this selection too. That would be color primary and secondary colors 2. 3 would be the bottom of the bus, below the window trims. You see that right there. That would be the color 3 selections, primary and secondary. So we're going to bring that back down to blue. And that is pretty much how the BYD coloring does. Unique to the game, since all the other buses are just primary and secondary, 1 selection for each one. So now the decals. Oh yeah, we also have your wraps. This one's currently going to be unwrapped. I use Angel Shores. This one right here for my bus rapid transit routes, my links. They look nice here, but in-game they get a little pixelated. I know that's a performance thing. It'll eventually get fixed. We have your United States flags and US theme wraps. Ooh! I never really took a look at... Ooh! Astragon with a little bit of graffiti on the back. That's kind of cool. Maybe I might use that one day. Cafeteria, the Pride. When I finish all my decals, I will have a Pride bus. An Oakwood. Ooh, that Oakwood one looks kind of cool too. But for this, we're gonna go with no wrap. So we got that going right now. Hey, cool, my feet finally caught up. Nice. Alright, so, here's what you wait for. Flying decals. I already have all my numbers there. 2 in the front on each side, 1 in the back. This works for me because it minimizes the number of decals I would need to ID the bus. And I can use more for the actual paint schemes, which would be a decal limit of 20. So here I have 14 spots available, which is enough, more than enough for this. So we'll start with the logo. These are the colors I like to use. Now we go to manipulate. I've done this so many times, I already know which sizes everything needs to be at. I like to use actual things from the design of the bus to gauge the size. I always have this, which is barely touching that gold trim, and the opening on the C, which I turned this into by turning it sideways, right there at the top of the window with the rear door. This would allow the lettering to be at its minimal size and just fit, which is what I'm looking for. So we'll set that there, go back, choose new decal, and this time go with the company name. Yellow and white. Let's see, is that... Oh, I see what I did here. I use the top of the door as the border for it. So I got the A where I want it to be in the correct size. So let me go back and resize this. Yeah. So sometimes when you want to edit an existing decal, it sometimes jumps to another one. Just reset it back. No biggie. Yeah, you see, I needed to make this a little smaller. A little bit more. Back this bad boy up to right here. And then move the A into place. There we go. Manipulate decal. Slide that over to the side. And boom. Wait. I already don't like its placement. Hold on. Perfect. Now we go to the Y. And just keep repeating the process. Primary color, which for the lettering and the numbering would be the middle, while the secondary would be the outline. Of course, if you choose, you could always make the primary and secondary the same color to make a more solid look to the lettering. I like to use the border. Now for the letter B. And you can see why. It's one of the many reasons why we need a return of the customize all feature when painting the livery on your buses. Because you're pretty much going to be doing this for every bus individually without that feature. So I know it's being worked on. It's not just pressing a button or copying code. It's a lot more than that. So everybody just be patient with the developers. They're working on it. They're working on it. Now for the piece that is off on the logo, the X for cross in crossbay. So I do like this for a couple of reasons. One, it saves the number of decals. Two, there's actually a street near me called Crossbay Boulevard. So they sometimes do abbreviate it to X instead of cross. So it just works out for me in that case. Seems a little... Okay, there we go. A little smaller. Position it properly. And boom! We have one side. Crossbay. Now to repeat the process on the other side. Actually, let me start with the letter A first, since it'll be easier to place everything after that. Now I have to make sure to leave space for the letter Y. So I'll position that bad boy here. Yeah, that looks good. We'll place the Y in next to it right now. Get that over with. There it is. So just for the record, I am on a PlayStation 4 standard, excuse me. PlayStation 4 standard, I'm currently on controller. I got my controller set up as guest, so when we start driving, the steering wheel and my keyboard are ready to go. Time for the letter B. After a while, if you decide to try to paint all your buses back to back, you kind of wind up getting muscle memory, and it may seem like it's easy, but it does get tedious at times. So I'll do like, usually when I'm not driving, 1 or 2 buses, go back to driving, do another 1 or 2 buses. Still nowhere near finishing my fleet. Alright, time for this logo. Secondary is yellow. There we go. Make sure it's nice and level. That looks about right. And increase the size a tad. Center it over the A with the opening, and boom. Now for the letter X. I actually forgot what route I have this bus assigned to, so we'll see it later, but we'll probably pass it during our drive. So last time I drove 2 of my Lynx bus rapid transit routes. Today we'll be doing a local route, maybe 2 of them, maybe an express route on top of that. Let's see how the stream goes. Currently 12:23 in the morning where I'm at. As I stated before, I am a night owl. Comes from working overnights for 15 years. Alright, logo number 2 is done. We're almost done with this bus. Now to put the logo in the rear of the bus, which will just be this, and apply one to the front as well. Yeah, I hate when it keeps jumping around like that and disappearing. There we go. And it's already at a good size. Pretty good. Let's rotate this so it forms a C for cross bay. I might actually name my channel that, Cross Bay Gaming. I should. There's an idea. Okay, now one in the front of the bus, and we'll be done. Now the front of these BYDs, the placement I use for this logo is a little tricky. It may or may not show us you put it in a specific spot in a specific size. There we go. Reduce the size a little bit. Rotate. Just slightly bring it down just enough. There we go. Boom! And what we have here is another fully painted and decal bus for service. Now, with all the other buses that are not BYD, I usually add a slant on the back that's in gold. I don't do it on these because you already see the gold, but I'll show that one real quick, how I do it. So with all the other buses, I use this decal and make both colors gold. Increase its size. So with the other buses, the logo and numbers are off to the side. So I'm able to add a decal like this, which is not fitting properly on the BYDs. But pretty much it'll look like this on a normal bus. But BYDs don't use this one in my company. So let's delete that bad boy. Other than that, there we go. Apply changes. Yes. And we got it. So let me show you what I mean with the other buses. We use the urban ways. I did that one not that long ago. That's how the back of all the other buses look, more or less. Depending on how the back is designed, the logo and number location vary, but the rear has that gold slant. The Setra, let's show the Setra. This one, yep, there you go, boom. That's pretty much how the Setras would look in the rear of the bus. Alright, so, there's me again. let me think what route we should drive to start. Let's go with the E4. It's a non-articulated bus route. So for that, I must travel to... Ooh! We got a bus leaving. Ready for its shift. That needs to be painted. Let me see, what number is that? Ah, number 59. Alright. Let's go to Highlander Park Depot. Now, one thing I noticed with the BYDs is if you go over here to select your bus will only be half charged. Now, your bus isn't going to stop running when you're out of a charge, but I like my buses fully charged. So instead of using that, let me go to the side here, in case any other buses leave the garage. Oh, let me go grab some coffee. Ah, that's good coffee. I actually have some coffee next to me. Let me take a sip of that. Of coffee. Alright. So I can just select the bus off the map menu. This way my buses are fully charged. We're going with bus number 99, the great one. I chose this one because yes, Wayne Gretzky's number 99. Similar reason for why I like to have bus number 11, Mark Messier. 13 is my birthday, 9 is the month, so, plus, 9 of 13. And we're going to select drive. Alright, I do not like my cab light on. Defeats the purpose. I'll leave the cashier, because we will be selling tickets. For those who don't know, if you go to gameplay, general settings, onboard ticket sales, you can choose whether or not you want to sell tickets on your bus. For this route, it will be enabled. Alright. Man, that's a nice bus. I love these BYDs. I actually like the rims too. Old school classic bus rims. Alright, so let me turn off the controller. And we are set to drive. Speed limiter on. Let's assign the route. Drive now. 12 meter, which is roughly 40 feet. And bus number 99. So there we go. We are all set. Hey, somebody's coming in from their shift.
Ah, good to see you again, boss.
I don't know about you, I'm the one that's leaving. So Clinton Avenue, which is a one-way street with a bus lane north of the transit terminal, is where our first stop is. So we shall drive to that. So in game, it's 9:41 in the morning, so no peak buses are running. Just the full-time ones. That bus that arrived was obviously a peak one. And look at that, we're already late. This is why I usually don't set the route until I'm at the stop. But hey, we'll make up the time. This is a pretty quick route. Clinton Avenue. Welcome aboard. That's it? Okay.
I took my significant other to the observatory outside the city. It was wonderful watching the stars.
And here we go. The East 4 route. Highlander Park to Sunkist and Arnold Park, I think I stopped at, and back. Let's see. Yeah, Sunkiss. The bay tree and the beach. Yeah, so I actually turn around at the pier. I should really just put pier in that route name, but hey. My destination sign right now says special
Tickets
trip anyway,
expired.
so don't matter.
I don't have the money to buy a new one.
Ah! Whew! Almost hit that Chevy Avalanche. And into the transit terminal. Oh, another BYD. And another BYD. That one's on the E2. That's Highland Park, Lakeside View, West Oakland, and Chinatown. Does not cross the bay. We do. We go over the bridge over Gold Island. So I pretty much use this as the local version of the 304 links that we drove last time.
This week I'll need more than one ticket.
So yeah, I'm actually using the wheel for this.
Tickets every time.
Whoop, you needed 3. Up, there we go. 2, 3, boom.
Thank you.
So I'm using a Hori wireless racing wheel. It's a PlayStation license wheel, so the controls are set up like the PlayStation controller minus the thumbsticks. So I'm able to still use the cashier with the steering wheel.
I overslept again yesterday. No, she was not at all pleased. Okay, bye.
I can make a right turn regardless. It's a U.S. city that's not New York.
I've seen better parking. Way better.
What's an astronaut's favorite computer part? The
The
space
space
bar.
bar. Alright, somebody wants a ticket.
Did I buy a ticket?
Thanks.
Hi.
I need a ticket.
One ticket, please.
Alright, we out.
There was an interview with Kyle from All Directions on the radio. He's a cool guy.
Lakeside View.
See you.
Did you see that goat at the amusement park?
You know, I should just start opening up my front door to make sure these people pay their fares. There's the Gold Island bus right there. And this one is... couldn't see their route number.
Not long now till my book's published. My first book.
Let's just open up the front door. Oh, someone's getting out. Open up the middle.
Bye-bye.
Minutes and third. Ding dong. Yeah, my speed limiter was on. Just making sure I'm not speeding. I have yet to get a speeding ticket thanks to the limiter. There would be somebody getting out the back. I'm gonna try to close the back door quick. There you go. Everybody come. What, nobody getting on? Really? Oh, there you go. Alright, pay your fare. Pay your fare.
I need to buy several tickets.
Ooh.
For the cats, you know?
Oh, of course, I love cats.
Thank you.
Welcome! Alright, we out of here. Yeah, I don't mind starting the route late. I always wind up making
When
time.
I was young, there were the same kind of bands like today. Good music.
I am a little bit of an aggressive driver.
Oh, I need to remember to buy some cat food.
Nope, 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 not the front, not the front.
Goodbye.
Come on, use the front, use the front. Try to make these people pay their fares when they get on.
Hi.
Hi. I hope they already have tickets. West Oakwood Bay will be next. Where did you put your ticket? You should have bought one. Screw it, just open all the doors. Open all the doors.
Hello.
Hello. You know what I hate? When you've had a gaming chair or any kind of like office-like chair with the adjustable height so long that the hydraulic stops working properly, and you'll set it to high all the way up, and then as you sit down on it, it slowly lowers over time. I'm going through that right now. I'll just deal with it. Alright, make this left. That red star was for kneeling while driving. I already know what that was for.
Hi. I need to purchase several tickets.
And I shall sell you several tickets.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And look at that, leaving a minute early. I'm alright with that. Nobody here at the stop left. Chinatown. Was I called Pothole City? Let's check out our payday. I did do some adjustments. Lost revenue, so I have a lower total than I did last time. I think I'm like 3.3 million. 3.349 million. I tried adding 2 peak routes where my morning evening peak buses will also run on on a midday peak route and then a nighttime peak route, then that even made my money less. So I just reverted it back to the way it was and try to make more money again. I'm trying to hit that 4 million mark. I'm gonna figure out how to make 4 million a payday. I could go around the map and reduce the levels of my bus stop, because the lower the level, the less money on maintenance for the bus stops. And with everything at 99, it costs the maximum amount. And I do not have 99 routes on each stop, so I obviously don't need that. That's a waste of money right there. City Hall. So I know if I reduce my bus stop levels, I'll make more money in the long run.
Hi. Hello.
Single
Hello.
ticket, please.
Thank you.
Welcome. Let's wait a minute. Running a little early already. Now mind you, my schedule for this bus route has no waiting times. So I find myself early a lot. When we used to stay in the subway, yeah, we're running hot. I got a vehicle behind me. Yeah, 130 is good enough. Oh, he was gonna go around me. Oh well. St. Anthony Church is next. Oh, it's not St. Anthony, it's St. Antony. Okay. Never heard that before. Where'd these people come from? Alright, there we go.
I need to remember to buy some cat food.
Ooh, forgot the meal. Oh well. Now I kneeled out of force of habit. I'm used to hitting door closed, kneel up.
Taking the bus is so much easier.
Oh, good. Green light. Bus priority signaling is a beautiful thing.
Hey, Alfonso. Yeah, it's my hair. It's constantly growing. I need a shave. When can I come?
My phone
A ticket, please. Hi.
Hi.
A magazine had a style check with Brendan from all
I would
directions.
like a ticket.
It actually had some useful tips.
Thank you.
One ticket, please. Thanks.
Just had to adjust my headset real quick. And go back to that setting. Ooh, I got a Lynx behind me. Alright.
Last week, I had the best Kung Pao chicken I ever ate. It was in this small restaurant in Oakwood. Highly recommended.
Ooh, Kung Pao chicken does sound good. The spicier, the
Yes,
better.
of course. Chinese sounds delicious. See you
See-
soon.
Now you're making me hungry for Chinese food, and the spot's closed across the street from me. Bye-bye. I hope she already has a ticket. Now we go across the bay. My favorite part of this route. And right turn on the red. I drive around with so many articulated buses, I sometimes forget I don't really have to make wide turns. Onto the bridge. No one to the left of me, I can switch lanes. I love this part. Nice view of downtown west. The Sam statue on Gold Island. You can see the harbor, the observatory in the distance, the lighthouse to the left. Let's go with that because there's not really a speed limit here, but the cars tend to go 55. There's a 904. Route 904 crosstown lanes. Oh no, I think Eclipse Bay could have been a little bigger, you know? And honestly, the beach could have used like a bus lane stop off the main road, since it is the beach. I don't know, that's probably because we have one here in New York City like that. That Orchard has its own little bus loop. Jones Beach has its own dedicated bus out in Nassau County. And Reese Park has its own like bus stop that buses have to slightly go off its normal route to serve when it's summertime. I'm kind of used to setup like that for the beach.
Drone swarm, you say? I'll check it out. Sounds interesting.
There's a haunted house to the left, just past. South Everett Boulevard. Think we can kill a minute off here. Not trying to be too early even though I'm an extra.
Hello. Hi.
Does somebody want to buy a ticket? No. Ah, 5 passengers.
I think we're in the Matrix.
I just like to look at the views sometimes. It's all about the views of the bus. And we out. Time to go across Bay Tree to the other side. I gotta remember, I'm not an articulated bendy bus. I don't need to make wide turns. I gotta remember that. And someone wants off the next stop.
Hi. May
Hello.
I have a ticket, please?
Yes, you may. For the regular price of, what is it, $2.80 for one trip? $2.20.
Thank you.
That's cheaper than here in New York City. New York City is $2.75.
Been to that They have the best salad and bread.
Got another bus behind me. Yeah, this is one of those sections where I really don't follow the GPS right here because it's just 1-2 turns unnecessary. So I'll just follow the reverse route.
Over there.
I probably did. A lot of potholes here though. Are those raindrops? Once I hit that parking meter on the corner, whoo! That thing was sent flying. Made too wide of a turn at one time. Yeah, those are raindrops. It's not on my windshield yet, so I'm good.
I would like a ticket.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome! And we out. Okay, here we go. Windshield wiper.
My son and me are going fishing this evening. Do you want to join us?
Did you see the pothole in the street?
Yeah, I saw it. Did you not see the cars parked to my right? Looks like the sun's starting to hide behind those rain clouds. Payday!
I need to purchase several tickets.
3.349.
Oh, eating that burrito was a terrible mistake.
Thanks.
Do not poop on my bus. There is no pooping on my bus.
Buses sometimes have the weirdest patterns, but it's nothing compared to casino themes.
You know, they keep mentioning casinos. Are they coming out with a casino DLC?
What do bees do if they need a ride? Wait at the bus stop!
This is just a sun shower. I don't need windshield wipers yet.
Do you know if it's faster to go from Greenwood to Eclipse Bay via the mountain road or through the city?
Mountain road. Definitely the mountain road. Even though you're limited to 30 miles an hour, you don't have to make so many twists and turns.
I would like a ticket.
You can have a ticket.
Thank you.
Welcome! I love that. Eucalyptus Drive next. And we actually have a red light. Could be more red lights in this game, to be honest.
So I think I'll go for lunch.
In general. Alright.
I'll never go to that farm outside town again. I was chased by a goose who haunted me menacingly. It was the scariest thing of my life.
Whoa, about to... Okay, cool. Light change. I got lucky. Eucalyptus Drive.
It's great, you're so comfortable.
I am sorely. We're gonna sit here for a few minutes.
May I have a ticket, please?
Yes, you can.
Thanks.
I'd like to buy a ticket, please.
Alright, so we got a few minutes, and I should have went before I streamed, so I'll be back in a minute. The stream's still gonna be going. I have a few minutes to kill off. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. This is what happens when you drink coffee and water all day long.
Need to go there sometime in the next few days.
What do they call on transit? An emergency comfort.
I just started watching Spring of Affection, and I think I finally
It's raining
understand
again.
the hype.
Alright. Still gotta kill off another minute. So let's see how many people we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anybody else want to stop? Nope. I'll wait till about 1 minute 30 seconds and then we'll be out.
Can you please stop staring at your phone all the time?
And I got another bus pulling in behind me. Hey, perfect timing. You can leave now. I think that's in... Oh, Scania. What route do I have from through here also? Can't remember at the moment. Oh, it could be the West 4 route I have that comes through here. Go. Turn.
Looks like a great place
go.
To work at.
Go. Go. Okay. Oh, now you want to go. Ah. That's alright. Killed off some time. Next stop's not that far.
Should we go to the movies tonight? Oh, yeah? Drone swarm, you say? I'll check it out. Sounds interesting.
Crimson
I
Point.
can't follow what's going on in Winter of Passion anymore. I shouldn't have stopped watching.
Ah, we got a wheelchair passenger. Alright. Let's center ourselves a little bit. There we go. Kneel, ramp, doors.
Goodbye.
Back door. Are you getting off my bus or what?
The weather is just lovely.
Hey, you might want to move. Let's see something. Oh, no. She's gonna cause a problem. Hold on. Hey, lady. Are you gonna move?
I heard that 2 guys were sword fighting in the middle
Oh,
of
man. I know exactly what's gonna happen,
These days are
so...
weird.
Oh, man, she's in my way. I'm gonna get a hit pedestrian. I'm gonna play this smart. I'm gonna close our doors. Yeah, she's not moving. We're gonna have to reset bus the street. I am not taking a 20G hit. Nice. Alright, cool. And now I got a 904 in front of me. Hey, at least I didn't take a 20,000. And she's still standing there. Let's go around. I already stopped here. Honk at one of my drivers. Glenwood Avenue next. Yeah, when something like that happens, just reset the street. It'll save you the $20,000. If I would have moved, yep, that would have been a hit pedestrian on my record. I got enough of those because of that. Green light. You got it. Ramp deployed. Middle door open, good to go.
Single ticket, please.
Hey!
You got it, buddy. Nice tie. I can dig it. I'm a tie wearer myself.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Just one ticket, please.
I love how you actually see them deposit the money. That's a nice little touch right there.
Thank you!
And they grab the ticket. We are almost at the other end of the line. Oh,
awesome.
forgot about the ramp. Now we out. The beach! And the weather is not good for the beach. And nicked the sidewalk curb, but it didn't register, so that's good. This little 1950s Chevy truck. Deploy ramp.
Hello.
Hi.
One ticket,
Hello.
please.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
I need a
welcome.
few tickets, please.
It's way too hot outside.
Probably why it's raining. The humidity.
Thanks.
Making good time now. Making good time. Viewpoint is next. And we'll floor it. This road still bugs me out. Northbound, 30 miles per hour. Southbound, no speed limit. All this stretch of all these shops and no bus stops. Well, here in NYC, our buses have USB charging ports on every seat. Well, the newer ones anyway. We also have Wi-Fi on our newer buses too, which is pretty cool. Payday! Leave him out. You know what, after this we're gonna take over an express route during peak time and see if we could up its payday. I think I'm gonna do the X2, which is new. I recently split my express route because it was too long of a travel time in my opinion, so I made half of it go to the west downtown, the other one go to east downtown. X2 is the east one, even though I labeled it the other way around. I don't know why I did that. Why did I switch lanes when I gotta make this stop? Gotta get used to this. Come on, buddy. Yeah, I know I'm early, but you stop, you get them out, you get them in, you keep it moving. Do you not know your boss is right behind you? I'm the only special trip bus on the map. You should know it's me. There we go. And I'm just letting out people here. Okay. Oh, I pressed the wrong button to kneel. Can I kneel? Yep. Back doors. Nobody getting on, right? Yeah, nobody getting on. I still got doors up? There it is. There we go. And now we out. Here is next. We got a circle around it. A lot easier in a 40-footer compared to an articulated. The sea lions. I've gotten so used to being on a pier. And we have a West 1 in front of us. And a West 2. There goes the West 2. Is the West 1 stopping? Looks like he might be. Yep. Hey, good day to you too, sir. Chris the Bug Finder. Going okay. Glad you could join. You missed a little bit of the fun. We got to put decals on the bus at the start of the stream. So I'm currently driving my East 4 route that goes across the bay.
I'd like to buy a ticket, please.
Oh my
Over
gosh.
Gold Island.
What does that sound? Does
After
anyone
this,
else
we're
hear
doing
that?
one of my express routes.
Thanks.
Oops. Gave her money when I shouldn't have. Alright, we are out of here. Yeah, it's all good, man. I understand time zones. This is kind of why I kind of do weird streaming times, too. I try to accommodate both sides of the Atlantic. And there's always the replay, but it's always good to have people join live, so thanks for making it. Hope you slept well. So we're halfway through this route already. Gotta be careful with this one. Not a lot of clearance on that corner. There we go. Boom. A lot easier in the 40-footer. So yeah, for this route we're using a 12-meter BYD. And we'll be using either a Cetra 418LE or what's the other one I got on the express route? The Scania 14.8, depending on which one shows first, because I'm going to do a takeover of a bus the next route. Yes, relaxed and refreshed. That's how you're supposed to start the day. I think I might do an earlier stream on Monday. Before Monday Night Raw, but enough where more people can be awake for it.
Just one ticket, please.
Since I know a lot of players of this game are in Europe and the UK, I'll actually research the time zone for that.
Single ticket, please.
And you shall have your single ticket, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, let's keep it moving. And it has stopped raining. Hey, I figure, you know, there's a lot of UK and European streamers who have to be awake at crazy times to do their streaming. Especially if they do like show reviews. Like I watch wrestling streamers from UK, and they literally have to wake up at like 2 in the morning to watch the event live. So might as well do something on the other end too, on my end, and try to accommodate the time zones. I mean, it's already screwed up for my fellow US viewers on the East Coast, since I like to stream after midnight. A little easier for the West Coast, since it'll be 9 o'clock at night for them. Y'all people getting on or what? Yep.
May I have a ticket, please?
Yes, you may.
Darn it. I forgot to lock the front door.
It happens. 50, 60, there you go. And we out. The beach is the next stop, and the weather is nicer.
It takes a whole year to paint the bridge, and when it's done, they start over again.
Ah, you're in Italy, not bad. Yeah, man, all those video games shows are definitely East Coast time zone based. Might be a little easier for like Tokyo Game Show if you know Japanese. I know when there's like a Major League Baseball game that they have in Japan, sometimes they do that during the season. They'll start the season with a game scheduled for the Tokyo Dome, and I gotta wake up at like 5 in the morning to watch those.
Did that chicken just cross the road?
Oh yeah, that's right. This side of the street has no speed limit, so I can just floor it. Yeah, this is weird. Northbound 30, southbound whatever.
Look at all the garbage along the roadside. Why can't people manage their own trash?
There we go.
Very punctual. Thank you.
2 minutes early.
I'd like to buy a ticket, please.
And buy a ticket you shall.
Thank you.
Welcome! I love that. Up. Bring up the meal, and we are out.
Well, I don't like much of today's music, but All Directions is okay.
Do I have a valid ticket?
Well, the Game Awards, I got a lot of gripe with them. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like, why choose certain games? Like last year, eh. I'm not biased. I just thought The Last of Us 2 was a little overrated. Good game, but there was a couple others I would have picked over as Game of the Year. This year's going to be interesting for Game of the Year. I'm thinking Returnal, maybe Ratchet and Clank. That looked like a really good game. The visuals were amazing. What else? I was supposed to get Metroid Dread, but Amazon screwed me over. But I'm hearing the difficulty of that game is awesome. As they're talking about that being Game of the Year. Deathloop turned out to be surprisingly good. I heard the ending was disappointing, but that might be Game of the Year. Who knows? Yeah, don't. I saw the trailer for Fast and Furious for that game when they announced it, the VGA. And that game looks like a PS2 game. I didn't even bother. I can just imagine the controls. And to be honest, man, after like, what was it, part 5, I think, or part 6, I just got sick of Fast and Furious. It became nothing like when it started. It was a great franchise about, you know, outlaw street racers, and then sometimes they pull heists. Then after a couple of movies, all of a sudden now they work with like law enforcement and they're like this superhero Knight Rider without talking cars kind of crew, and I'm like, yeah, this is a little too much now. Hobbs and Shaw was good though.
My friend told me that there are monsters living near the log cabins. Now I'm too scared to go there.
Where are the log cabins in this map? I want to find them.
I visited my aunt last week in Chinatown. It's such a nice district.
Yes, Sony said those are eventually going to be PC ports. They just got to go through like their first year of exclusivity. So you'll probably be able to play those on PC late 2022. Same thing with Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think it's on PC right now. Yeah, yo, I just recently downloaded the Uncharted collection for PS4. I started playing the PS Vita game that's out for it, and it's fun as hell. So I got the whole collection on PS4. About to get on that soon as I finish Scarlet Nexus. Crimson Point. Come on, buddy. I get a little impatient. Come on.
So much energy into making Angel Shores culturally interesting.
Come on. Your boss is behind you. Move.
Can you please stop staring at your phone all the time?
Oh, here, your food is awesome, dude. Definitely. High-speed trains are dope, too. I'm a train guy, so... yeah. Y'all got a couple of nice high-speed trains down there. One day, if I win the lottery, I'll take a rail tour all across Europe and ride every high-speed train I can. Alright, got a wheelchair passenger and a bus behind me, too.
Never had such a relaxed
Payday! Oh, I should do the X1. That one needs a higher revenue.
I'm leaving my car in the garage.
That'll be the express route I'll do. Hey! Went up $1,000. Not bad.
It's not that easy to get breakfast.
Oh yeah, I got. What we have out here is one of the internet companies is Verizon. So I have their Fios internet, which is like, it's expensive, but it's the best internet you can get out here in the US, honestly. You do get your money's worth.
Indeed.
And I actually have my PlayStation hardwired with the LAN cable.
Cheese?
I like to remote play.
And the garbage, of course.
I like to remote play a lot when I'm not home, so I made sure my PlayStation was hardwired to the internet. Not to mention it comes in really handy when playing online on sports games. Forgot to kneel.
I would like a ticket.
You can have the ticket. Nah, I wish. I had the money last year when it came out. I had the money for like, since it released till late spring to get a PS5, but it was so hard to get, and I'm not paying scalpers for one. I refuse.
Thanks.
I refuse. So, now that excuse me, now that it's starting to appear in stores, I don't have the money. So I'm gonna have to wait. Hopefully, maybe in the holiday I can get one. Now that it's more available. But I do plan on upgrading. Plus, it'll also make my PS4 games run a lot smoother. My Train Sim World, my bus simulators, my sports games. I do have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate though, so I can play on the cloud through my phone. So I don't really need an Xbox, but yeah, PS5, that's on my radar. Yeah, man, you had to be quick to get one. You had to be quick. You definitely did get lucky. Like, I was in a queue for one at one point. I thought it was happening. Because it let me buy one now. I already had my information set up, so I didn't even have to like take that time. I literally clicked buy now, and in the 2 seconds it took me to click order, it was already gone. It was already gone. And I'm not getting the digital. I got too many physical games. I'm a physical game kind of guy. Whoa! There we go. Can you see that wheelchair passenger? But yeah, I have to get the disc version. I got too many games on disc. Yeah, it's 500. It's $499.99 US dollars here also. So I know you guys actually technically pay more for it. Yeah, it's all the box. That's how these scalpers do it. And then there's a lot of people that set up these bots and like charge a subscription fee so users can use the bot to get them. And these are the same people that you'll see on eBay selling them for like $1,200, $1,300 US dollars. It's ridiculous. I miss back in the day when you literally had to camp out in front of the store, hopefully to be first one online for it. I miss those days. Like the Nintendo store out here in New York City, that's in Midtown Manhattan, there was literally a line yesterday for both Metroid Dread and the Switch OLED models. And since it's Nintendo themselves, they had plenty in stock. For me, I decided to go for Metroid Dread by Amazon and got screwed over, so I'm gonna have to wait for Metroid Dread. Oh yeah, the GPUs, yeah, I was hearing about that. Another reason why I'm kind of glad I don't have a PC. I would spend way too much money upgrading it. Plus, like I said before, I'm personally old school. I'm more of a console gamer. Love my consoles. Would love a mod kit for console for this game though, so I can make my raps. But consoles do have their limitations. Yeah. Like, I almost got into PC gaming almost 10 years ago. I had a laptop, so I was limited. Always had to turn the settings down. But
Hi.
one of my first PC games
A
was
ticket, please.
20 years ago, Star Trek Armada. 10 years ago was Train Simulator 13, which was awesome. But then my laptop broke, and then I just went on a video game hiatus until like 2 years ago, and I bought a couple of consoles, a Switch, a PlayStation, and then started going crazy and bought 3 portables, like 2DS, XL, a Vita, PSP. It was a wrap from there. I got back into my video game addiction. But if I didn't, I wouldn't be driving buses and trains on my console, which is fun for me.
I used to go by car very often, but not having to drive is actually somehow luxurious.
And it's cool because Train Sim World 2 actually has a route I take, which is Long Island Railroad. So playing that line on the game is like a dream come true. I actually hope to get a job as a conductor for Long Island Railroad soon. That is so true. I probably did miss someone over there. Would you like to drive this bus?
Wait! Where's my bag?
Left it at the bus stop, didn't you? Like, I still have an old school PlayStation, the original. I just can't hook it up to anything. I gotta get like converters so I can hook up my PS1. I mean, I know I got a PS1 emulator. I know there's ways to play PS1 games on PlayStation now, but sometimes I just like to play on the original hardware.
On my way. What?
The handcuffs. Yeah, it's so much cheaper to buy PC games. But with those games, you just have to meet the specs. You're not limited to like a Dell computer or a Mac, So it's a lot more flexibility compared to console gaming.
Me and my mom went shopping downtown last week.
You have to hope they come out with certain games with the console you have. But that's a business thing, because now then you have exclusives like Returnal. You can only play it on PS5 for now. And that's how they make their money a lot of times. They don't make it on the actual hardware, they make it on the software. Video game companies always take a loss on the console hardware. But they know they're gonna make it up with the software available with all the games.
Taking the bus is just so much fun.
And for me, I only really use emulators when it's unavailable. Like when a game's no longer available or the hardware is no longer available, I just can't afford it, then I'll go the emulator route.
Sometime. I heard it looks amazing in the dark.
Open doors. Now the meal works. There you go. Like, I think I told the story before, but I bought a PSP again just so I could replay Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. And I thought, hey, let me just go to the online store, the Sony online store, and download it. And it's not available no more. I literally had to pay more than retail for a physical copy, which
Is my
honestly was
ticket
worth it.
still
I love
valid?
that game. It's good to have physical media. That's why I'm still old school like that, but man, it was it pricey. I think I paid $40 when it first came out years ago, and then I had to pay like double that for it for a hard physical copy. But I wanted to play it one more time before I got my hands on Final Fantasy VII, which was on release day. I had to get a Final Fantasy VII Remake on release day. I specifically bought a PS4 just to play Final Fantasy VII Remake. And that's not the first time I bought a system just to play a game.
I wonder if there's going to be another season after Spring of Affection. I hope they call it Summer of Love.
That's a nice view of downtown West right there. Back on the bridge. Yeah, the regional prices are sometimes crazy, but like in Australia's case, I could understand why their games are more expensive because, you know, the shipping, its location, you know, a lot of those companies take that into factor, and you got higher prices in other regions. Sometimes the currency exchange isn't always even. Like the PS5 for example, you mentioned it's 499 euro. It's 499 US dollars, but the euro is higher than the dollar. So technically, you guys are paying more for it.
Cougars and lynxes.
Oh, that's the way of the world. Everyone has their own economies. They're right. And living in the U.S., hey, it's a free market, man. My country was built on that. Capitalism and a free market. Yeah, and then the taxes, yeah. Whew. Like here in the U.S., every state has its own sales tax. So here in New York, I think it's like close to 9%. But if you go to like another state, it will be 6% sales tax.
I can't wait for the weekend.
Gotta switch lanes. A lot of people don't understand the whole pricing thing is usually logistics and currency exchange. Closer
I
is
hope
yeah.
we'll get to my stop soon. Nature's calling.
Regatta and jetty. I could imagine. The prices out there. I could just imagine how pricing was in the UK when they were part of the EU and they started using both the pound and the euro. I just imagine the currency logistics on that. Ooh, we're starting to run early again.
Luckily, Sunday's coming.
Almost at the end of the route. Then I'm gonna time warp to the afternoon peak and take over an express bus. Yep, that's the part of adulting in the 21st century, man. Everything's gonna cost money. Like because of a card issue, I gotta wait till Monday to pay my phone bills, and I was usually gonna do it today. So, hey, the rent's paid, food in my fridge. I got my cable and internet. I'm good for now. I'm not going anywhere for the next couple of days.
Well, I don't like much of today's music.
Plus, I still don't trust that. Even though I'm vaccinated, I still don't trust that Delta variant. And I have my elderly mother to worry about too. I don't want to spread anything to her by accident, even though she's vaccinated. It'd still be a risk. So I just stay home most of the time. You know, I could always, you know, I'm still applying for jobs online because pandemic really screwed a lot of us over. Yeah, launch. I love getting games on launch days. But like I said, Amazon screwed me over with the recent one from Metroid. I was so heartbroken.
I really can't follow what's going on in Winter Fashion anymore.
I could understand not wanting to charge your card until it ships, but when you pre-order, most people pre-order to pay for it now. This way, when the release date comes out, they just get the game. But not Amazon. No, 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 no. Amazon wants us to wait until it ships. Well, guess what? My account didn't have enough, and I got more important things to deal with. So
I recently managed to hit myself on
I guess I ain't getting Metroid.
Don't ask.
Yeah, I hate to be late to the party too, you know? Like for Train Sim World 2, I got smart enough to pay for the season ticket for the last 3 routes. So when the London Commuter came out earlier this week, midnight hit in my region, and I downloaded it right away. So that was a great feeling. I was one of the first people to actually stream it online, it turns out. At least here in the east coast of the US. And I was hoping to have my Metroid Dread by now. I waited 19 years for Metroid Dread.
Single ticket, please.
Single ticket, please. Tickets, please.
Thanks.
Tickets, please. Yeah, it's like with Final Fantasy VII Remake. I bought a PlayStation 4 like a week ahead and pre-ordered Final Fantasy VII Remake just so I can make sure I have it the day of. And then I bought a second copy because they were sold out of the deluxe edition. So when the deluxe edition was in restock, I ordered that one and gave an old copy to one of my best friends. Just so I could have the deluxe edition, which came with like a steel case and everything and a little mini art book. It was cool.
I gave my number to a nice
I should have a green light.
I hope she calls me back.
Sometimes
Yeah, I can imagine how many do that.
Oh, please be careful.
Hey! Are you aiming for those?
Maybe. Maybe I am aiming for them, maybe I'm not. I have no sympathy for these patches and potholes. I live in New York. No sympathy for potholes. Alright, nobody on a wheelchair. What do I got on my bus? 4 people. I'm almost at the last stop. Oh yeah, right turn on red. I'm still not used to that. Whew, that's rough. That's I thought New York had a lot of potholes. Those aren't even potholes, those are like entrances to another dimension, land of the lost. Like, in the early 1980s, we had gotten a new fleet of buses. There were two new fleets actually. Both were considered advanced design buses. And everybody was snatching them up left and right in the early 80s. And one of the types only lasted like 2 or 3 years out here before they got pulled from service because the potholes were so bad. The bus's A-frame and the leather straps they used to hold up the engine block kept cracking and failing, and it was just too much. So they pulled all those buses out of service. They brought back retired buses and borrowed buses from other cities to make up the service. Sued the manufacturer, won. That manufacturer makes no more buses.
It's my favorite show, but I
and they had to redesign the frames before they started selling those buses again. It was the Grumman 870. And then it became, after that, the Flexible Metro series. After the redesigns and the fixes. But yeah, Grumman stopped making buses after that. You mess with New York City's order, because it's a huge order, lots of money. You mess with the New York City order, you got a problem.
Thank you.
I haven't tried Tourist Bus Simulator yet. I'm too busy having too much fun with this one. There's an old simulator for PC from like 15 years ago that actually simulated the M42 Crosstown bus here in New York City, which is the 42nd Street Crosstown. It's an old game, but it literally recreates the M42 Crosstown bus. That one I'm interested in, but it's an old game. Old game. Only because it's a local route out here, so.
For driver's position. In the meantime, I'll just be a passenger.
But I did check out a few other simulators before I first bought Bus Sim 18. Bus Sim 18 was more right up my alley. Yes, New York City Bus Simulator 2010. Thank you, that's the name of it. That's exactly the one I'm talking about, where you're the M42 42nd Street Crosstown. RTS buses actually go to the Javits Convention Center on the west side, the UN on the east side. It's a route I'm already familiar with.
One ticket, please.
Funny thing is, they recently rerouted the M42 so it no longer serves the Javits Center.
I overslept again yesterday.
Yo, the RTS here in the US is the king of buses. It was the other advanced design bus that came out in the early 80s. And that design lasted into the 21st century. It was so good, versatile. I mean, the design of it alone was what made it so great. So it's a modular design. So the frame is not one whole frame. It's 5-foot sections welded together. The paneling is designed, the exterior paneling is designed according to the frame itself. So if the bus ever got damaged, it could easily be sent back to the manufacturer. They just replace the module, weld it back together, and it's back out on the road. It was an enormously durable, great running, and easily maintainable bus. We just recently retired our last one 2 years ago. And they did make a little bit of a big deal about it because it was an iconic bus. Almost everybody here in North America had it. Canada, the U.S., it was all over. You couldn't really go to a city without seeing an RTS bus. To me, it's like the greatest bus design of the last, I would say, 50 years. And then a company called Millennium Transit with the rights to it a few years ago. They messed with the design. They tried to sell it to big agencies here in the East Coast. And what do you know? The quality control test failed, and they were rejected. They haven't built another RTS since. I know we tested one out here in New York. Jersey tested it out. Jersey didn't like it. New York just took a look over and was like, nah, we'll pass on that. They completely ruined the design.
Hey, watch out!
Oh, yeah. I just didn't want to take the time to get all prettied up. But yeah, that's me. You know, you grow the COVID beard, you gain the COVID weight, you grow the COVID hair. And I almost passed the bus stop and crashed into a car. But yeah, I'll probably be on camera the next stream. So, funny thing about my past streams, there's I think it was one of my first Long Island Railroad ones for Train Sim World 2020, which I actually crashed into the back of a train. And the look on my face was priceless. I still laugh at it to this day, because it's never happened. It's like 27 minutes into the vid, I crashed into the back of another Long Island Railroad train because the signal system warned me at the last minute, and I was already doing like 80 miles an hour, which was the speed limit for that section of the train line. And I dumped my brakes, which is going into emergency, and I just watched as my train slammed into the back of the one ahead of me. It happens. The look on my face was priceless, though. But the hardest part about streaming with a camera on you is where to position the camera on the screen so you're not covering the part of the game like you might need. Like I usually have it on the lower left. But as you can see in this game, the lower left has my map, my schedule, my stops, so I have to put it in the lower right. But I can't put it on top because then it'll block my mirrors.
A ticket, please.
A ticket, please. Ah! There you go. Regular, one trip, one.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Again, it's a meal.
Luckily, Sunday's coming.
Yeah, it's easy with PC. You could do so much with PC streaming. You could even, because I don't have a PC, so I stream using the feature on the PlayStation 4. So I got the PlayStation 4 camera and everything for it. But you could like literally stream on multiple streaming services on PC at the same time. With here, it's either YouTube or Twitch, and you can only do one or the other. And since, unless you're an affiliate, Twitch won't really save your streams, I always choose YouTube, because at least the stream will always be there for later viewing. So I prefer that. Yeah, the automatic too, that's another thing that's good on PC for streaming. Plus you can literally customize your streaming setup, mixers, camera, microphone. I'm actually using the PlayStation 4 Gold headset, which as you can see is not great for audio. It's great in the ears when you're listening to the game, but when you're using a microphone, you get that echo in the background. Alright, so we have reached the end of this route. So, let us bring this back to the garage. And then we'll take over an express route for the afternoon peak. Do not take over my bus. Do not take over my bus.
Sure thing.
Get up. Get up. Get off my seat. There you go. My bus. I'll drive you to the depot, though. Oh, there you go. Woo! In this game, I'm at level 600 and something, so take a gander. I'm literally on this thing for hours every day. I recently just finished the Trails of Cold Steel saga, which is about 120 hours per game, and I spent 18 months playing all 4 in a row. I got about 300 hours in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I haven't touched that game in months. I'm waiting for the sequel. I did recently start Age of Calamity, though. The prequel to that game. But on this one, whew, I'll actually have to look it up to see how many hours I put in this one. But my level is already in the... Let's see, what's my level? Let me pause. Yeah, level 634, so... You could pretty much tell I spend hours on this game a day. I would estimate over 200 hours.
These roads get worse every day.
Yeah, I'm one of the heavier players of this game. Alright, let's bring this bad boy in.
And was it a nice ride?
Oh yes, it was a nice ride. I like that dude. Yo, do I? No, it's just the driver. Yeah, that was weird. Alright. Oh, you at the middle door? Yeah, you in the middle door. So I'll just open up the first two. Alright, give me a second. Let me switch to controller. Switching to controller. Makes it easier to walk around. So it should be coming back on any second. There we go, welcome back. And we are out. That bus will just spawn out. Yes, that's my character. Which is cool, because I actually wear a visor in real life, because I have like a fro now, so I have an afro hairstyle. So the fact that I actually had the visor option was pretty damn cool. Alright, so let's, this would be the first stop for my express bus. And let's forward the time. Level 9,000. That is so right there a Dragon Ball reference. Your level's over 9,000. But yeah, doing what you do, I am not surprised. Alright, so let's forward time. 12, 13, 53. Let's go to 1358. I know that first bus arrives at 2 o'clock on the dot. So I've done this before with this route. I love this feature. Woo! Way more fun than 18 because of this. So let's see where our bus is at on the map. Ah, there it is. It's coming out of Millbrook Garage right now. Oh, we're getting a Scania.
The weather
Nice.
is just
Okay.
lovely.
We're going to drive a Scania 14.8 on this route. Yeah, I know it's got to be fun trying to break through. Like, I tried to recreate some of the things you do myself, like walking on that Golden Gate Bridge. Couldn't get past it. But that was fun to see you pick up on the Discord a few times. I tried to recreate it myself to see what it was like. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Some of those bugs are cool though. Like when you go off the map, that's awesome. Speaking of the map, I'm trying to, because I know there's going to be DLC. I'm thinking it might be down here. or definitely up here. I mean, there's so much space to do extra stuff with. What's even cool about it is the developers actually took the time to do some things outside the map. That when you do go out there, like when you're sitting up on the mountains out the map, that's the fact that the developers got that far away from the map to do certain, at least a little few things in here and there, possibly for future expansions. But that's actually cool. I find that fascinating. Where's this bus? Ah, here it is. The 82, number 82. This is gonna be the X1. I think I relabeled it wrong too. It's supposed to be downtown west, but I accidentally labeled it downtown east. I did the same thing with the X2. It's supposed to be downtown east, and I labeled that downtown west. I'll fix it later. So about to see the bus in about a minute. Why are you just sitting there? Uh-oh. I'm about to run to it to see what happened. Did he make a wide turn? Oh, it looks like... Oh no, he's waiting on a car. Let me get out the street. That's our next bus. Just sitting there. And he's late. So I'm gonna take over now and go around that van. Wait, that van is parked. Yeah, some of these Scanias are still making wide turns that are too wide or just won't go around stuff. And why is there a passenger on there when it hasn't even started its route? Yes,
maybe
I want to
just check
drive.
the passengers' tickets.
Alright. The X1. This is one of my 2 express routes. Why is the engine revving? First of all, turn off that cab light. Let me switch back to the wheel. There we go. Alright. Door closed. Kneel up. Forward. Speed limiter on. There we go. We're good to go. I can't see my right mirror. Hold on. There we go. Sweet. Now we're set to go. Just grab some water, but who knows? You know who knows? You know. That's who knows. Alright, so this thing already counted the first stop already, so we don't have to make that. So we can just skip this stop and go to Bay Tree Church. This bus drives smooth, I like it. It's also fast. Oh yeah, of course. Always additional plans for the future. I learned that from 2018, the 2018 version of this game. You know, I bought the whole package edition this past spring, but I didn't have to pay for the DLC separate. It all came as one. Which is why I was complaining on the last stream that I missed the mountain salad Easter egg and the message from the developers right next to it.
I would like a ticket.
That is a cool goatee. It's green. I like it.
Did you just see that guy walking his hamster in a ball? Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Nobody should really complain about the price of this game because you get the last game with it, remastered, with all the new features and all the new buses. I don't see the issues. You know? I mean, I just recently started a Sandbox company in the Seaside Valley map. Which, as soon as I paint a few more buses, I'll probably
I
stream
was
that next
not
weekend.
made for this weather.
But there is one complaint I do have about the Seaside Valley map in this. So the bus terminal, when you put it on ping pong mode, on the return trip, the bus lane changes. I like to assign bus lanes according to the route for both directions. One bus lane, one route, both directions, or at least one region. Like my Astro routes I would have in like lane 4, but if I choose lane 4, on the return it uses lane 3, I believe, on the return trip. And to me, as somebody who likes to create the routes, I kind of get a little annoyed at that. Because certain buses are hard to turn to certain lanes. Like lane 6, I usually reserve for my Sonstein routes. My Sonstein routes, because my Sonstein routes are using 35 footers, the shorter buses. And it's easier for those buses to use that lane than, say, a capacity L. No sense. That's just me. I like the way it was set up in 18 when it came to the bus terminal routing. That's just me. I have yet to experience
I'd like to buy some tickets,
the traffic jam around the bus terminal. I have yet to experience that. But I think that might also have to do with some of the buses not making correct radius of turning. I'm going to test that one out myself later on. Probably tomorrow.
Thanks.
But I do like the Seaside Valley in this game better than the last one. Definitely. It looks nicer. It plays nicer. I get more than 3 buses on the map I get to pass by that actually do the correct routing when the AI is driving. And you get the DLCs. I mean, you can't complain about that.
Every time I call IT because my computer doesn't work, they just tell me to turn it off and on again.
That's usually what you gotta do. Man, this bus is quiet. Nice. Yeah, I know, listen, when you port a game, it's not like, you know, well, I was watching Spawn Wave, which is a couple of video game YouTubers that get together every Saturday and discuss the news of the week, game releases, stuff like that, and 2 of them are game developers. One of them actually worked on Quake. That would be Modern Vintage Gamer, shout out to him. It's a cool dude to watch. The Englishman. I know he's Australian, but RGT likes to call him an Englishman. But he mentioned a lot of people don't realize that you don't just for porting, for optimizing, for any of that stuff. You don't press a button, you don't just copy and paste code. You know, you also got to make sure the hardware can run the game's engine. And because they were discussing cloud gaming this week, and a lot of people don't realize it's just not that simple. Yeah, exactly. It's not just copy paste or pressing a button. You really have to rewrite code. You're trying to get a game to either run on the same engine on a hardware that won't play nice with the engine, or port the game to a different engine that will play nice, and either way it's a hassle. It could take months, maybe even a couple of years to do stuff like that. Like they were talking about Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Hearts trilogy coming out for the Switch, and it's all going to be cloud versions. And people are like, well, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 was a PlayStation 2 game, so the Switch can definitely handle that. So why not port it? It's not as easy as that. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 was done with Unreal Engine 3 or 4, which kind of doesn't play nice with the Switch. So you're looking at a couple of $1 million and maybe 2 years of porting development time to get those to run natively on the Switch. And economically, it's not developers being lazy, it's just that it's easier, more efficient, and cost-effective to just come out with a cloud version. I'm not mad at that. Unless you want to play portably, then you're screwed because you need a Wi-Fi signal to play cloud games.
I'm thinking of composing a new tune for the piano. It's my mother's birthday soon. She'd love that.
Yeah, so a lot of
Do you
people
remember
don't
Kate
realize
from middle
that.
school?
There's a lot
She
of
married
all the
Howard
people that
Turner
watch
and
these
moved into a
streams,
luxurious house
when they talk about
alongside
stuff like
you.
that, would just actually pay attention. They wouldn't be complaining on the forums about why can't this be done or why can't that be done. All that's already been answered. You just gotta pay attention and
Thank God I managed to catch the bus.
listen. Excuse me.
Wait, is this even the right bus?
Spring is here. I got so excited I wet my plants.
Man, this bus drives smooth. I love it. And I'm glad they fixed the steering in the last hotfix. The last hotfix made me happy with this
My older
bus.
granddaughter read my younger one a bedtime
Oh yeah, it is a
story.
miracle, man. I mean, come on.
She can't read.
Unless you
so
actually
she just invented
pay
some
attention
story
or
from the
dab in
pictures.
coding a little bit,
It was so
you can understand
sweet.
all the work that goes into doing stuff like that. Like, yeah, theoretically, the Seaside Valley in this game may work better than the last one, but it took a lot of work to get it at the level it is now. And since Angel Shores was built from scratch, of course there's going to be some issues, which people don't understand are going to be fixed. You just got to be patient. They got to recreate the issue, figure out what caused it, make sure that the fix doesn't break other things in the game. Like, I know, like, one thing I noticed is, and I've only noticed this with the BYD buses, after the last hotfix, every once in the blue, the rear view mirrors black out for like 2 seconds and then come back on. That didn't happen before the last hotfix. So, like I said, you fix one thing, something else might not play nice, even though it did earlier.
Have parts any worse?
Clearly a miracle, yes. I can imagine. And these are smaller companies. These are your AAA companies that are large, like Ubisoft or Platinum or Square Enix. You know, this is literally like, I'm assuming around less than 100 employees, if that much. That's a lot of work for a small group of people, and I'll give them that usually when it's a smaller developer team, there's usually a little bit more passion in the projects they do too. Yes. You see? I actually pay attention. Oh, I don't know if you saw it, but my left rear mirror just blacked out for a second and it came back on. Like I said, since the last hotfix, that did not happen. But the last hotfix fixed a lot of issues that I'm very happy with it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I will definitely be buying the DLCs when they come out. Not an issue. Yeah, exactly. They also have a queue. Yes, they got more stuff they're working on that they gotta start working on afterward, and might not have the development team to work on it right away. They're all on timeline. That's what's been described as crunch. I mean, look at CD Projekt Red. They took a really huge, ambitious project, and it just crapped all over the video game industry, just Cyberpunk. You know, you figure CD Projekt, they're a good team. They made The Witcher 3. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we know Cyberpunk's gonna be awesome. They've taken 10 years to do this. Well, their executives had other plans and rushed everything, and well, we got that. Not to mention a lot of these other smaller companies, you know, they gotta publish these games a lot themselves also. They gotta spend the money to, if they're doing physical releases, they gotta spend the money to get the media. Oh, buses fight, bus fight, bus fight. We almost had a bus fight. 2 buses spawning at the same bus stop. That was a little rough tap. That was like a BS ice hockey fight that the referees broke up in 2 seconds. Yeah, man, like, I didn't buy Cyberpunk until late August because Best Buy had the physical copy for $10, so I said, screw it, it's only $10, you know? Can't go wrong with a game for $10 that I know eventually is gonna be patched. So I played like a good hour of it, didn't have any issues yet, but then Bus Simulator came out. And it's crazy, the PC build is the best build out of all of them. They spent more time on the PC and the next gen than they did on PS4, and they started development before the PS4 came out. So they focused on the next gen and the PC, and it still came out a buggy mess. I swear, if that game comes up on any categories for the Video Game Awards, I'm a riot. I'm just gonna straight riot. That's a good one. Simulator say to other games, who the hell are you? True that. Oh man, if I could, like, I'm not really I live next to JFK Airport, but I'm not really an airplane guy. You know, I like to watch them take off and land sometimes. I heard Microsoft Flight Simulator, the new one, is just a complete work of art. But then they also had the technology to use like satellite imaging. I think real time too. So I can just imagine the work that went into that
ticket,
game.
please.
No, you're a student. Wait a second. Alright, you look like a student. I'll charge you the student fare. Simulators are awesome, and I love simulators.
Thank you.
But like I said, I'm more of a transit simulator guy. Always wanted to work in transit myself at one time, trying to go back into it. So, it's transit related, something with a lot of good realism, something I can relate with. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. That's why I got this and Train Sim World. Both versions of each one, the last one and the current ones. Yeah, that's pure technology right there. Definitely. And I think all the rendering will pretty much have to be done in real time too when you're flying around the planet in that game. Oof! Just imagine the work that went into that coding to get that done. Yeah,
Hello.
Real life, every day, in real time, it's crazy. I mean, I could literally fly over New York City in that game and see it how it is currently. And to me, that seems like that would be amazing. And now I'm not surprised it's also for next-gen consoles, because you're going to need an SSD to render it that quickly and have it be playable at that time you're playing it. It's amazing what they did with that. Alright, once we go through Greenwood, we'll be hitting the highway to downtown West. What are you doing, dude? You saw my turn signal, my dude. Holy crap. Usually it'll stop like 30 feet down just when I'm around. I had my turn signal. This dude kept it moving. I kind of like that, though, that realism. I can imagine how heavy that game is. Oh, man. Whew. Just imagine how heavy that game is.
Hey!
I need to buy several tickets.
Yeah, pretty much. Definitely throwing a skyscraper on your head. You know what'll be a cool feature in this game? Setting your own fares.
Thanks.
Because I'm used to different fare tiers. Like, out here, local buses are 275, express buses are 675. You know, I would like to be able to set my express route to the higher premium fare and see how the passenger traffic reacts to that. Which is why I also only run these buses during peak hours, because out here, most express buses are peak hours only. They're made for commuters to and from Manhattan. Not to mention, what I'm not used to when I drive this express route, which is in real life, is like in the morning, all the buses go to Manhattan, which is the central business district, and they don't drop off until you get to Manhattan. And when in Manhattan, they don't pick up. It's a one-way route, kind of like a loop route. But in the afternoon, it's reversed. They only pick up in Manhattan and then drop off in the outer boroughs. Now I know I could do the loop route on this, but then it's only one direction. I would literally need to create a second route, a second loop route, purposely in the other direction. So I gotta figure out a way to at least simulate that in this game.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. Definitely something that you need high performance hardware for. Definitely. Anything less than max, it ain't gonna run right. It ain't gonna run right. Run correctly. Like in 2013, I ran Train Simulator 13 on my laptop, which of course is horrible for gaming. So my graphic settings had to be so low, it still stuttered. I had no rain droplets on the windshield, so there was really no reason to use the windshield wipers in that game. But I got it running enough where it was playable. You know, and then I dropped a few more of my settings, and then it ran smooth, but the graphics were at bare minimum. So I just imagine a real-time, satellite-based scenery as Flight Simulator would definitely need the top specs for it to even work properly, just at bare minimum. Anybody getting on?
Hello.
There you go.
One ticket, please.
You got it.
Thank you.
Welcome! Anybody else? Anybody else want to lift? Nope. Okay. Alright, we got 2 more stops and then we hit the highway. Well, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, the next-gen consoles would be, especially with the SSD, would be powerful enough to be able to run it. And of course, it's their own hardware as well.
Fan fiction based on Spring of Affection.
So I'm not surprised it's on the series hardware. So the fact that they're able to pull that off on the Xbox console itself, yeah. Kind of not surprised because it's their hardware, but am surprised because they did it on console. But one of the things that helps out definitely is that SSD. You gotta be able to, you need that static drive. You need something that processes quick. Yeah, they're always gonna be like that. But I don't mind it. I really don't mind it.
I'm thinking of composing a new tune for the piano. It's my mother's birthday soon. She'd love that.
But I'll tell you one thing, Trains to World 2 with their recent Route DLC London Commuter really showed the difference between last gen consoles and next gen consoles. Because on timetable mode they have about 1400 train schedules in next gen versions. But they had to limit it to 1100 for the for the old gens, the PS4 and the Xbox Ones, because they wouldn't be able to process all of that. And even then it still stutters on the PS4. But on PS5 it's fine. On Xbox it's fine. You get the 300 extra trains on it in the timetable.
I'm studying for the final exams.
That shows that there's a significant leap between PS4 and Xbox One and PS5 and Series. Yeah, that's exactly what. That's my point right there. They're basically smaller PCs now, strictly for gaming. With all the technology they put in it, they really did make that generational leap we've been waiting for when it comes to consoles. Now you can get almost near PC performance from it. So I can just imagine how this game would look on a PS5. Ooh, I know it's probably Chef's Kiss. Alright, here comes the highway run. This is gonna be fun for me. I like driving these things on the highway. Especially the electrics. Electrics haul ass. I love it. They move. They boogie. It's like,
There's
what's speed,
nothing
Mr.
like
Sulu?
waking up to a nice cup of tea. Today was coffee, eh?
Oh man, those exclusives like Ratchet and Clank. Oh my gosh. Ratchet and Clank for a PS5. I've only seen video from it. You can even see the fur. Like the detail of the fur on Ratchet. It's crazy, and that whole rift mechanic can only be done with a static drive. Because it needs to already be preloaded for that instantaneous change. You don't need any loading screens. Beautiful, beautiful the way that came out. But yeah, I ain't gonna front. When I get a PS5, this would be the first game I try out on it, just because I want to see how nice it looks on the next gen. Because I've seen the PC streams, and that looks beautiful. Middle lane. Screw it. Left lane. Screw that. Let's see if this bad boy can do 90. I know it can. I've done it before. Yo, the next button? Woo, I can imagine. Because I know the next one's going to be strictly next gen, because it'll be current gen at that time. So I can just imagine how that's going to look. Alright, good. I got no cars next to me.
Luckily, Sunday's coming.
Like, sometimes I don't mind loading screens because it gives me a breather sometimes, especially if I have, like, a really intense boss battle. But just as I play a lot of JRPGs, so boss battles could be like, even mini boss battles could be like epic in most JRPGs. So sometimes you're gonna need that loading screen to take a little breather. But yeah, in a couple of years, no loading screens? Yeah, that would be great. Alright, here goes the harbor exit. That's not my exit. My exit's the next one, I believe.
Wait, where did my hat go?
Switch to the middle lane. Nobody to my left. Got a vehicle to my right. Coming up my exit. Let me switch. There we go. Business Center North will be the next stop. Ooh, the triple decker. Should make myself a burger later on. And now I want a hamburger, a cheeseburger.
Got sawed in half. It was a lot of damage, but I was
This
able
game makes
to
me hungry
repair
because all the
his
references.
tape.
Ooh, the Chinese food. Ooh, the triple decker billboards. It makes me hungry sometimes.
Oh, a magpie. When I was a kid, we had this ride.
Oh, this is another bus that can
One
sometimes
for
get stuck at the
sorrow,
bottom of the
two
hill.
for mirth.
So I gotta make sure to drive a
I forgot the rest
little
of it.
decent speed on this
Stick
part.
with mirth then.
There we go. Made it. Last time I went too slow, I got stuck for a second and had to reset the bus to street. But it's really bad on those double deckers. I actually assigned the one I left onto a route peak time only, so I won't have that traffic jam issue I was having last week. Alright, Business Center North. Stop, 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 stop! Good. Raindrops are falling on my bus. Come on. Come on. Move. Come on. There we go. I'm a New Yorker. We use the horn a lot.
Just one ticket, please.
Regular ticket. Day 1.
Thanks.
Welcome. Alright, Powder
Always
Street
look
next.
at me strange when I walk my cat.
I have cats and I'd look at you strange too. You don't walk a cat. You get a litter box, you fill it up with litter, you let them do their thing. Unless you have a cat like mine who's a jerk. Decides to go anywhere whenever he gets mad. Oh, I love the downtown sections. Almost feels like home. Love the thunder. Nice touch. Love the thunder. Come on, why are you sitting? Oh yeah, now you move. Okay. You wouldn't be making a left like I am. Good thing I make the next stop. I won't have to deal with that bus.
Hi. May I have a ticket, please?
Yeah, man. I can't even walk there.
I really need to get tickets
Yes,
for the next
bug
game our
finder
team
strikes
plays before they
again.
sell out again. Oh, man, yesterday there were roadworks going on.
For those who don't know what just happened, don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. I love seeing things like that. Alright, Washington Street is next! Ooh! Didn't even hit the sidewalk. Go me! Nice! Totally did that by luck. This bus jumps like a jackrabbit. I love it. The Setra S418, even though it's a diesel, man, you tap the accelerator. You're doing warp 5. Like, automatically you're doing warp 5. That's crazy.
Thank you. It makes getting off a lot easier.
I need a ticket.
Last time they caught me with the wrong ticket on the bus. This time I've definitely got the right one.
Well, I like bus rapid transit overall. You know, it's like
Catastrophic
that's why I can
puns
describe
are
bus rapid
always
transit. I know you probably know what it is,
perfect
but
to make.
here in the U.S., it's basically described as light rail, but with buses because it's cheaper to start up. You know, you don't need to lay down
Was
tracks,
that a
build whole
ghost?
stations, put up the infrastructure. You just rebuild the bus stations, set up your fare payment, whether you want onboard or off-board, maybe some dedicated bus lanes, and you're good to go. You keep a similar timetable as light rail. That's why I got bus rapid transit in mind. Express buses are cool, but here in New York, express buses are also expensive to take. You gotta pay $4 more than the local routes. But I am definitely a bus rapid transit fan.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. So, like, literal, like, I know they say that, you know, during the peak times, you'll have more passengers going to downtown and then coming home in the afternoon from downtown, but also be able to set up the routes like that if you want to, like, one direction service early and then opposite direction in the afternoon peak time. Because if you do just loop mode, it's going to make the same loop every time. You know, like if I make this one a loop, it'll be Bay Tree, Millbrook, Greenwood, and then downtown, and then back to Bay Tree, Millbrook, Greenwood. I want to be able to set it so that in the morning it goes northbound only, and in the afternoon southbound only. Directional peak. That's the word I'm looking for. Directional peak. That's what I was talking about. If you look at what's their website? MTA.info. That's the transit company out here. You go to schedules and then you look up their express routes and you'll see how the timetables are. They're one way depending on the time of day. So you're gonna have to Manhattan in the morning only, and then from Manhattan only in the afternoon. So what the drivers do is they'll drive their route in the morning towards Manhattan, and then at the end of the route they go not in service, drive back to the beginning of the route, do that again. And then in the afternoon, they start in Manhattan, head back in the other direction, and then repeat the process. Yeah, exactly. It'll just be day peak and night, like day and evening peak only. Like, I'll show you the schedule. Wrong way. I'll show you the schedule I got set up right now real quick. Let me just back up. Oh, damn. The reverse button doesn't work. That's right, I gotta actually go to tab. Back this bad boy up. Oops! You know what? Reset the street. There you go. So let me... Like, okay, so here goes my schedule. For the X1.
Like a mix of banana, pineapple, mango, and melon.
I literally have only peak time service. Right, so this bus only runs peak. But I would like for the morning peak to be downtown to downtown only, and then the afternoon from downtown only. Directional peak. Yeah, they'll always go back and forth. So, and then if you put it in loop mode, it'll do the same direction loop both times. I want to be able to reverse that loop in the afternoon times. So I can set up a two downtown route in the morning, and then have that same route go from downtown only in the afternoon. So that would be a cool little feature to see if they could do it. You know, I know that's going to be a lot of coding. Sweet, that'll be good. Like I said, if there's something they can't do, no biggie. You know, to me it seems like a New York specific thing that I've really never seen other agencies across the U.S. do that. There might be a few, but it's definitely a common thing here in New York for the express routes. Peak directional service. But to be honest, I was just happy to use that they made him a U.S. city. That alone had me like, yes, please, thank you. And it looks amazing. The buildings, the way skyscrapers actually clustered in the downtown areas, it's dope. That's dope. Come on, move. There we go. Is somebody standing at my doorway? Yeah, she wants to get out. There we go. Oh yeah, like I know, priorities, yeah, definitely the save game. Oh man, I'm seeing a lot of people whose levels like in the hundreds, completely losing their game. Yeah, that's a definite priority right there. I'm not even mad that that's a priority, because I haven't had that issue. But many are, and yeah, take care of that first. You want to have the players be able to complete the game, and they can't complete it without saving it. So that's a definite. Damn, my wheel is turned all the way now. Alright, cool. This bus must definitely have power steering encoded in it, because it operates like power steering. Which I kind of like. Oh, I have the
oh my gosh.
Quarry wireless racing wheel for PlayStation.
Does anyone else
I use that
hear
one.
that?
So for like the extra keys that you use on keyboard, like individual doors, I actually have a keyboard plugged into my PlayStation for that. Not an issue. But the wheel itself works fine. I mean, I can literally use a switch so that the D-pad can mimic either of the thumbsticks. So all I really did was buy the keyboard, so I can have like little individual keys I need to use each door, reverse, the gears, the kneeling, the wipers. Nah, I don't use a shifter. I mean, the wheel itself has shifters on it. It's got the paddles right behind the wheel. So if I do use manual on NASCAR, I use those. I really don't drive manual either way. I only do that for like drag races. Drag races, like Need for Speed, they make you use the shifters, and this wheel already has shifter built in. Yeah, I'll probably post a picture of my setup on the Discord, and I just missed a turn. I'll probably post a picture of my setup on Discord later on after my stream. Which is basically the controller, the wheel, the keyboard. And it's a half keyboard, it's not even a full keyboard. I got one of those gaming half ones, because I didn't want to take up too much space. I don't really need a full keyboard. But keyboard binding support for PlayStation, so I can change some of these keys, would be awesome. Because I have an X button, so I can look right, but I don't have the button where you can look left. So I would literally have to switch my wheel to right joystick and use the D-pad to look left, and then switch it back when I'm done. Sweet, good looks. Because I'm sure there's a lot of PS4 players out there that actually do have the keyboard that would love to be able to bind their keys to whatever they prefer. I didn't even know a keyboard could be used on PlayStation until like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, let me order one on Amazon. I know some people also use a mouse, would like to use a mouse on PlayStation. It's been mentioned. I personally don't care. I don't use a mouse. I have one, I don't use it. But there are some people that want mouse support also.
A ticket, please.
Oh, yeah. That's why, one thing about this community, they have been giving in a lot of good suggestions. They've been giving a lot of good suggestions, especially in the Discord. Steam, not so much. I try not to be on the Steam forums. A lot of people are just angry for no reason.
Thank you.
And I can say that because I'm just a player. But the Discord's been having a lot of good ones, man. Some I even never thought of. And I was like, that's actually a good idea. Definitely a good idea. Powder Streets. Yeah, fun and active, definitely. And very little negativity, which is awesome. Cause me, like I said, I'm a New Yorker. I don't care. You're gonna be rude. You're gonna be mean. I'm pretty much gonna be the one to call people out and that stuff. But you're gonna, I'm used to it personally. A lot of people aren't, and if it becomes to them, it could become a toxic environment. But this community, nope. Haven't really seen that problem, and I'm glad. Everybody there just talked about buses, experiences of the game, and just all enjoy it. Yeah, that's why I stay off the. That's why I stay off the. I check it. I used to check it every once in a while before I discovered the Discord. So now that I know that the Discord's there, I haven't been on the Steam one since. They complain over, like, I saw this one dude on Steam. Actually, I checked it earlier today, now that I remember. This one dude put in 3 threads just to complain about what I consider the silliest thing. It's so silly, I don't remember what it is. But, like, the top 3 that were there for new threads was just like, why are you whining? And you know how it usually is? Oh, if they're not gonna fix this, they should be fixing this, so I'm never gonna buy another thing from them. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking in my head, you know what? Don't. That's okay, because the rest of us will definitely continue to support because we actually know the work that goes into this. Yeah, the Discord. Not a lot of people are on Discord. Like, I didn't even understand what Discord was until I just got on the Bus Sim one. I didn't even know what Discord was. I mean, I heard of Discord. I thought, it was like some sort of video chat game server. I just thought it was a lot more than what it actually is. Like, a lot more complicated than what it actually is. And all it really is like a chat hosting server, and it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like it. I just didn't understand it until I actually got on it myself. Ah, turn. Yeah, the Steam forums, broken. But the organization of the Discord is real good. You get a role. Here's where you could put in bugs specifically. Here's where you could put in suggestions specifically. Here's where you can talk about actual models of buses. Here's where you can talk about the game. Here's where you can talk about general chat. It's organized well, too. So it's not just the community, it's just the way the whole thing was set up that's also a plus as well. Wow, I missed a stop. Hold on. Good lord. That's what I get for not paying attention. Alright, let's go around. Oh, I'm so late. I'm so late. I am past of my 5-minute mark. Oh yeah, definitely incredibly useful, man. All that, like, once I found out about the whole bug thing, like, oh, okay. And, the way the bot works in that bug thing is like, alright, what system you on? Do you have any accessories on it? These are things developers need to know. They need to recreate the issue. Like Dovetail asks, what system you're on, also which DLCs you have installed, because that could also be a contributing factor to the bug you're experiencing. So having it set up the way the Discord is for Bus Sim, it's great, because it will actually ask the questions. What system you're on? Alright, first is what's the bug, what system you're on, what attachments you have to it, and then also if you could, like, add video or pictures so they could see it as well. And a lot of people don't realize all that really does help the developers to more efficiently find out what the problem is, recreate it, and find out how to fix. Ooh, I'm 8 minutes late. Let's see if we can make up this time.
Hi.
Come on, get on. We late. We late. We late. Alright, good. We're gonna be on the highway, so oof, I'm already 3 minutes late for Kindling Wall. And that's all the way at the bottom of the map. Let's see how much time I can make. So we were there at 8.5 minutes late. The score and the principal. Hey, it's not your fault, man. I need to learn to walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. But this is a nice little challenge for me. Let's see how good my transit skills are, and let's see how much time we can make up. Because I will be definitely doing warp speed. Come on, car. Come on, car. Let's see if we can make it there less than 6 minutes late. Without crashing into anything. Ah! I just jinxed myself right there as I was saying it. Holy crap, that was hilarious. Oh man, that was hilarious. Let's see if I don't... Yep, I just said it. Let's see if I won't crash. Bang! Right then and there. Less than a second. Less than a second later, I crashed. Yeah, I'm not making it within 6 minutes. I've done this run so many times by myself, I already know how long it takes me, even at max speed. I could definitely make it with less than 7 minutes late. I could definitely do the 7-minute mark. But I ain't making it in 30 seconds. That ain't happening. Hey, listen, because of traffic, most express buses are late anyway, too, so... You're in New York City just because of the traffic alone. Look at that, already passing... I think the bridge over Gold Island is the Hummingbird Bridge, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the Hummingbird Bridge. We're already passing that right now. So we got a minute to go before my self-imposed time limit. Blowing by these cars. Whee! Yeah, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Yeah, yo. What? What? Don't get me started on the traffic, man. Listen, if you ever come to New York City and say you're on the east side of Midtown Manhattan and you want to go to the west side of Midtown Manhattan, don't take the bus. You'll be faster walking. Alright? I used to be a foot messenger 20 years ago, and I learned that then. Walk across town, don't take the bus across town, you'll actually beat the bus. Aw, man, look at that. 6:58, and the stop is right up ahead, too. I call it close enough. There's a Cetra. Close enough. 7:10, 7:10. Here you go, people. Get out. Well, they are putting congestion pricing, so you have to pay a toll at Manhattan below 60th Street, which is Midtown, Lower Manhattan. So hopefully that'll reduce traffic a little bit. Plus, the money made will be going to the transit system out here, so it could be a win-win. Less traffic, more people using mass transit, better maintained mass transit. Thanks. I'm all for that. Here goes the Greenwood Depot. This is the depot I usually base myself at. A lot of my routes start down here. Got a lot of routes starting down here. I think the only garage I don't have any buses coming out of is Valley Spring. I think that's the only depot I don't have any buses coming out of. I don't think I have any terminals near there. Because I know my west... Ah, you see, there goes that hill issue right there. Just like on the double-decker. Yeah, there's always someone complaining, man. I told you. I told you. Always someone complaining on the theme forum. You know what I call that? r/entitled people. If you're a Reddit user, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just because you bought the game doesn't mean the developers have to go by your every bellowing, beckoing command. Nobody is really that important. Everybody's important, but nobody's that important. That's just me. You know, the developers made this game for the millions. For the millions. What is it that Spock says on Star Trek? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. Yeah, I know, you gotta do it, man. I'm sorry, but hey, all in a day's work, right? At the end of the day, the outcome is a great game. So, that's where the passion for the project comes in. And you obviously have the passion, so kudos to you on that. Alright, we are at 2nd Street. One thing I do gotta commend the developers on is the contrast of scenery between the European map and the American map. In the European map, it really does look like a European town. On the American map, it really does look like an American city and town. They did a really good job with the contrast of the two of them. Yeah, honestly, I would have paid $62. I mean, you're literally getting 2 maps. You know, you're literally getting 2 maps. I'm in the US, so I paid like 35, I think it was, either 35 or 40, one of those two. I would have paid 40, no problem. I would have paid the 60, no problem either. I mean, you're getting both maps. You're getting 31 different types of buses.
Fast food? Junk food? I think I'll try some street food.
You're getting an open world sandbox on both of them with a 24-hour clock.
Oh, I can't read the sign anymore.
And it's 24 hours because if you're actually driving a bus past midnight, it doesn't jump to 4 a.m. because I have literally been the only bus on the map between midnight and 4 a.m. in this game.
From the planetarium, you have a clear view.
So if you want to run an overnight bus service, yeah, you'll have to drive your solo bus by yourself, but boom, now you got an overnight route. You're driving an overnight route. Yeah, listen, people will get angry for 34 cents, for less than $1, less than €1, less than £1. Alright? If you pay a penny, 1 US cent for a game, if they pay 1 US cent, they demand it's gotta be flawless, they demand that you must fix what they want you to fix every single time and put every little change that you request. That is not how the world works.
All Directions Love Bug was stuck in my head for hours, only to be replaced by Hey Hey Hey.
It makes me laugh, the level of entitlement sometimes. Listen, if you buy a game and you don't like
represents a company that's finally
and
taking the environment
it's within the times and the policy to get a refund, then just get that refund. Don't complain about it. Don't tell them, oh, well, you lost a customer. That's all right. They still got 1,000,002 other customers they gotta serve. That will be happy to buy the game and deal with fixes if there are any needed, because they know it's coming. Like I used to be a body piercer for like 15 years, so I spent like a good chunk working in tattoo shops. And in tattoo shops, you get to be a lot more lenient, where you can literally curse out a customer if you want, because we're dealing with the human body. If you cause us to mess up, you're bleeding. So sit down, shut up, get this tattoo, get this piercing, and sit still.
I mean,
you know, you don't like the price, you can always go elsewhere. Doing a tattoo on somebody and doing a piercing on somebody is not just something anybody can pick up. You gotta be an apprentice, you gotta learn that trade, you gotta learn that skill. It's the same thing with coding. You have to learn it. You have to practice it. You have to take the time out of your life to learn this skill, to be able to make money for it and make others happy from the fruits of your work. People don't understand this. The customer is not always right.
What was it again? Rouloir? Gruyere?
Yeah, make a refund and go to the next game, exactly.
Oh, right, it was Gruyere.
The 10 minutes you're spending complaining about a game is 10 minutes you could be spending playing another game. You're wasting your own time. Not to mention now you're probably going to get a lot of people like me that's going to go on that forum and be like, why the hell are you complaining? You don't like it? Okay. Get a refund or give it to someone else if you can't get a refund. Sell it. Go get another one to your liking. There are hundreds of thousands of games out there. Obviously there's something out there that you're liking. This one isn't for you. Alright, cool. Or this one doesn't perform enough for you. You can do two things. You can wait for patches or you can get a refund and try something else. Or maybe buy it on a later date. You know, I don't understand people sometimes. This is why I want to move to Mars. Mars, indeed. Isn't that lovely?
That's my stop.
Alright. Make this turn. Ooh, we got the lone double-decker in my fleet. That should be on the X2. Oh, there goes my rearview mirror. Oh, it's back. Ah, we spotted the lone double-decker. That's my Easter egg. I only have one double-decker in my fleet. Yeah, life can't be replayed. Yo, listen. An old-school actress from the 1920s, Mae Young, said it best.
I hope I'll be able to catch some sleep.
You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. And there's my double-decker. Yep, the X2, I was right. I got assigned to the X2 route. My downtown East Express. But yeah, if you buy a product that you don't like, you don't buy it again. That's all. No big thing. Life goes on.
I'm going to see my granddaughter soon. She was born not too long ago.
Thanks.
Listen, man, you and me both. I will never understand it either. I will never understand it either. Like, it's one thing to vent. Like, we're all human. We all need to vent. When I was a subway conductor, I used to always complain about the dispatchers. Because sometimes you just make these asinine decisions. And, you know, but you let off some steam, you move on. You know? You don't make a big stink and get up on your soapbox and try to rally the troops. Because guess what? You're always going to be outnumbered. There's always going to be people who are going to look at you like, dude, what are you doing? It's like, are you serious? First of all, it's just a video game. I mean, I know to a lot of us, video games are our passion. But at the end of the day, we don't need video games to live. We've done perfectly well in human history up until 45 years ago without video games. We could deal without them again. It's not that important. Yeah, you know, we all complain about something. But like I said, that's part of human nature. We all have to vent out some frustration and steam one way or another. Sometimes complaining will do it, but you say your piece, you keep it moving. You know? Oh, this game is broken. You know, alright, so, okay, you want to mention the game's broken? That's cool. Not a problem. Now, oh, this game is broken, these developers don't care, they're lazy, they don't know what they're doing, I'm never buying this game again, you just lost a customer. Guess what, dude? Don't care. Don't care. Now I don't care. Now I don't care. Otherwise, you get the response like, yeah, I agree with you, the game is broken. You know, but I'm sure they're hard at work fixing it. Now, if they don't fix it, then, alright, cool. Then you let it be known, yeah, this company refuses to give you, you know, to give you what you pay for. But if they're working on it, guess what? Be patient. Be patient. Yup, it's always the one. If you stay and keep doing it, that's when we realize, all right, you're just a problem. Not to mention, if you do have an issue and you want to get it resolved, most of the time, being nice will have you heard and considered, and might actually get people to be like, hey, this person actually got a point, and you know what? They were kind about it. Let me look into this for them real quick. Kindness can go very far. Kindness can go very far in life. Copper Pot Church. And then sometimes, like, alright, so what's about to happen here is you got this parked car in the corner, right in front of the church. Let me see. That car right there. And at some spots you also have like construction. You got people suggesting that those should be removed because it makes it harder for them to drive around it. I see it as that's the point. There's supposed to be some challenge to it. You're supposed to be able to need to make up time. You're supposed to be able to drive around obstacles. Guess what? That's how it is in real life. And if you want a simulator, you have to simulate real life scenarios digitally.
Well, I thought we'd be meeting him tomorrow. Oh, he got sick.
Yeah, you always gotta wait behind a queue. You always gotta wait in line for something. So it's the same thing with a patch. You gotta wait. You gotta wait for it. It's coming. Patience is a virtue. And good things come to those who wait. It's as simple as that. I know it's cliches, left and right, but a lot of reasons why they're cliches because they're true. They're cliches because they're true. Now, a few things are warranted, like, yeah, when the game first came out, there was an excessive amount of wheelchair passengers, which is not reflective of real-life operations. So, that's something that was able to be fixed to make it more real. You get a wheelchair passenger every once in a while now, and not 2 or 3 at every other stop. Now, that was an issue because it was not true to life. So, but people were friendly about it. People were kind about it, like, hey, you know, there's a lot of wheelchair passengers in this game. Maybe if you guys could find a way to reduce the number, and guess what? We got a patch really quickly that reduced the number of wheelchair passengers getting on, and now it's just perfect. You have just the right amount. Yeah, I love the parked cars. I love the narrow streets sometimes, especially since I like to drive articulated. So, just like in real life, you gotta learn how to drive an extra 20 feet of bus, which I think is, I want to say, 10 meters about. You're driving basically a whole half a bus. And there I am not paying attention to where I'm going. Quick U-turn. You're driving literally half an extra bus. So you gotta be more careful with those turns. This is where skill comes in. This is like playing a video game. You can't beat a boss. You either gotta grind the level up or find the boss's pattern to beat the boss. You gotta get better. So you wanna get around these cars, you wanna get around these obstacles, you wanna make that nice turn on a narrow street? Practice, practice, practice. That's how you get to Carnegie Hall. Other dynamic events would be cool? Yeah. What could be good dynamic events? Because being in the city with the largest transit network in the continent, I think I might be able to think of a few other dynamic events that could happen. Like, I know doing snowstorms is going to be like a pain to code. I know I'm not even going to... I'm happy with just rain and sun day and night. I'm happy with just that. You know, you want all 4 seasons? Go play Train Sim World. That's how I see it. But in Train Sim World, you can't really create your own routes. Yeah, you can create your own timetable and scenario mode, but even that's limited. You know, if you want a full immersive, here's a blank slate, create your routes, build your fleets, do your liveries. You know what? This is the game for you. Yo, babies with carriages, yeah. Yeah, that would be something that would be a nice little visual in the game. Actually, I think somebody brought up the subject of children in the game. And then somebody brought up, well, it'll be kind of traumatic if you accidentally hit a child and get that $20,000 penalty, you know. But yeah, seeing like, you know, a little bit more I mean, don't get me wrong, there's already a lot of diversity with the passengers. A huge improvement from 18. But seeing people walk, you know, pushing their babies or even walking their pets, like walking their dog. Or the occasional hamster in a ball that keeps being mentioned in the dialogue. So a little Easter egg like that would be cool too. Bicycle passengers. Well, that would require, at least here in the US, a bike rack being put on the front of the bus that you would have to lower for the passenger to put their bike on and then board the bus, because that's how they do it here in the US. If they allow bicycles on buses, there's usually a bike rack attached to the front of the bus that the driver lowers and the passenger puts the bike on. Yeah, yep. You already got a whole well, you know, man, you got more stuff to add to your own list yourself. You got more to add to the list yourself in suggestions. Not bad. I could actually see the whole bicycle thing being doable, but that's gonna have to entail a lot more. Plus, licensing. I think the whole bus rack thing would have to be licensing, because now you have to go to the bus manufacturers.
I'm on the bus.
And be like, yeah, we want to add bus
the bus.
Bike rack to the front of the bus. And have to get a new license for that.
I thought we'd be meeting him tomorrow. Oh, he got sick? Oh.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. A list that stretches to Jupiter and back.
Have you heard?
My door is
Bob
open.
from Spring of Affection is staying in Eclipse Bay for a couple of days. I need to go there sometime in the next few days.
Do you want a ticket?
Maybe I'll see him. Sometimes I just like to go for a walk.
That was weird.
Cows and sheep.
You saw that lady in the rearview mirror, right? That was weird. Speaking of rearview mirror. Oh, Chris, you got a bug right there. The mirrors go out. You see it right there live. Yeah, it usually doesn't stay out for that long. Usually just for like a split second.
Oh my god!
But that started after the last hot fix. Now I don't know if it's all the consoles and PC.
Hear that?
But at least you can see that on the PS4, after the last hot fix, that started happening.
These roads get worse every day.
Oh, so it's also happening on PC too. Okay.
Spring is here.
But
I got so excited I wet
that right
my
there
pants.
just brings up my point from earlier. One fix might actually break something else. That's something the developers always have to look into, which is why all these patches take so long as they do.
Often, but not having to drive is actually somehow luxurious.
It's not just the coding, it's what's the ripple effect. Yeah, you got one issue fixed, but the fixing one issue messed up another issue that was working perfectly fine. That's something the developers have to take time to look at. And then a lot of people don't also realize there's also quality control testers, beta testers.
I was not made for
and
this
not
weather.
everything is going to be caught. Some things might actually slip through all the testing, because, you know, there is a time limit at times. Yeah, I think I read that on the Discord a while ago, that they're usually the same builds. They may be numbered differently, but that's just the way it came out for specific hardware. Oh, we got 3 stops to go. Payday, let's see what we got. Let's see if the X1 increasing. Nope. Still 91,000. I really don't want to add more stops to this. I just might, so I really want to hit 4 million. I want to hit 4 million of Payday. I'm gonna have to add more stops to this route. More downtown stops. Oh yeah, you gotta see which build works correctly. I did that when I used to develop on BlackBerry phones. You know, you're gonna have a bunch of builds you're testing out, see which one works the best, which one's more optimized, which one has the correct fixes, which one fixes the issues and causes the least problems. And this way they can find the correct build to be able to push out to the rest of us. Most don't understand how much work this actually takes. It's like the dialogue that's in the game. What they say, yeah, they call the nerds of Denali Research for tech support, and they're like, they don't do tech support, they're coders, and the person's like, I thought that was the same thing. No, it's not. No, it's not. But that line in the game completely sums it up right there. Just because they're coders doesn't mean they do tech support, and vice versa. Amplet Boulevard. Yeah, I could imagine that. Definitely. Yeah, you have one version, they have another, they don't sync up. You know, I could see that being a definite, what's the word I'm looking for? A definite complication in the process. Because now, not just like, here's this bug, oh, but it's on this version, you have that version.
Thank you.
Yeah,
One ticket,
I can see
please.
that being an issue too.
Thanks.
Like, the cool thing is, Dovetail, when they do their Train Sim World streams, they literally try to tell you which build they're on. So, and they'll only tell you, like, if it's a dev build or if it's the finished build that they're pushing out. So usually what they do is when they're previewing the route before release, they'll let you know, hey, yeah, this is a dev build. You know, there might be some issues that are already fixed because they only have access to that particular build, while there's already another build with the fix already within the company that they just haven't happened to have at the moment yet. But the overall process is there will be a finished build after all is said and done. Hold on, let me make this turn. Oh, this is the last stop too, and then I'll read that last comment. And this is the last stop. And look, Millbrook Depot is right ahead of me. I don't got a deadhead that far. Yeah, autosave. You have to autosave. That's hence the different build versions real quickly. Because then, you know, all that work could be lost. It's just like playing a game. If you play a game with no autosave, and let's say like you lose power, you're done. Now you gotta do all that from when you last saved it. So I'm not surprised that each fix, each change would technically, this is why there's always a .00, like a 1.01, a 1.23, a 2.09 in every build. This is why the build numbers always skip when it comes to the finished product. People don't see that. Yeah, you see? People don't see that. Alright, so why aren't you people getting out? It's my last stop. Do I have a wheelchair passenger? Let me see. Oh, nobody's on my bus. That little window on the right. Oh, you see? No, they're not sleeping no more. It's just a mirror glitch. Sometimes the mirror doesn't refresh. That little window that pops up on the right when I'm done with the route isn't there. That's a first. That's a first. I've never had that issue before. And I bet you it won't happen again, too. So if I see it again, I'll let you know. Because I don't like to report things unless it happens a second time, so I'm able to recreate it. Yeah, you saw one passenger also. Alright, cool. So I wasn't bugging. Alright, so let me just, Oh, wait. I forgot. This is a bus takeover. Even though I'm out of hours, because I'm late. Yeah. I went from timetable to out of hours. I'm looking at the bottom left right now. Alright, let me get out this bus. There we go. Leave the route. And let that bus go bye-bye. Even though it's dumb late. Ooh, I'm on the curb. Eh, not my best trips, but hey, can't complain. It was fun. Alright, so today we have put decals on the bus in the beginning of the stream. We drove a local route out of hours on a 40-footer, and then we took over a bus on timetable and got so late I was out of hours. See, look at that. It's already going to the garage. I'm that late. It's so late. It just went to the garage. It'll probably come back out too. Let me switch to running around. Ah! There you go. Yeah, that boy's going back
The
to the
storm
garage.
blew my hat away.
Completely ruined my hairdo.
That's a new dialogue. I never heard that one before. Well, it rained, lady. What do you expect? Hold on, let me switch to, yeah, you see? That bus is coming back out. I just changed controllers. Give it a second. But yeah, I think that's the same bus I took out. Damn. This bus, no, the one I was driving was numbered. Let me see. Ah! Wrong button. Sorry about that. Give me a second, guys. Technical difficulty on my end. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I think that was my bus. My bus was 85. Let me hit the map. Let me see. 82. Was that the one we took? I really gotta finish the decals on the buses. Look at that, I was so late, they just took it back to the garage and reset. Ooh, what bus is that? Let me be nosy real quick. I am the boss of this company. That's the 904 Crosstown link. Those things are a beauty. I love the BYDs. I have 100 buses, I'm at the limit. And to be honest, I kind of need more. In Bus Sim 18, I had a total of 137 buses in my fleet. So, with 15 bus routes, 100 buses, I could use a few more. I could use like 20 more buses and that'll be perfect because I want 4 million. But I got a nice little balance of headways and route distances and different types of services. But yeah, I got 100 buses in my fleet, including one single double-decker. Yeah, it's definitely going to be doable on next gen. Because I know if you add more buses to PS4 and Xbox One, it's just going to slow the game down. So I ain't even stressing that. 100 should be more than enough for most people. But on next gen, where it's more possible, yes, please. Especially when I get a PS5. You know what else will be coming handy too? And I don't know if this will ruin performance. Like, I like the street signs, but I don't know what streets what on the map. If you could label streets on the map, that would be great. That would be great. This way I don't have to stop my trip and point to a stop on the map and goes, there it is, you know? And then post a picture on Discord. But the street names are a nice touch. The street names, the street signs right there, nice touch, but it would be nice to know where on the map they are. So, that could be added to the list. Much obliged, good sir. Oh, a parking meter. I hit this one time, and it went flying, and it was hilarious. It was hilarious. Did a nice chunk of damage to my bus, too. Or it probably did, I don't know. I don't have that feature turned on. Damn, this is all nice, man. This really does look like an American suburb. The satellite dishes, the camera, the trash, the graffiti. Yeah, I think flew like a good, I want to say, I'm going to convert it to metric. I want to say a good 20 meters, 30 meters maybe, like good 70 feet it flew. Hilarious. It was hilarious. But this is all beautiful. This is really amazing. Way better than even this version of Seaside Valley. Call me a little biased because I am in an American city myself, but all this really does look like an American city. It's beautiful. I'm loving this. It gives it that good feel. Even the newsstands. And I'm in New York, so we have a lot of these. Having somebody stand there would be cool too, because it looks like, you know, anybody could just take one of these. Having an actual person working a newsstand would be a nice little visual touch to it. Like you said, these are all superficial things that could be done after the actual performance important priority fixes. But this is just all beautiful as it is. So, on that note, it's about time for me to say goodbye. It's been another 3.5 hour stream, which has been fun as always. Once again, thanks to Chris the Bug Finder for joining. Always fun to conversate with him. Thanks a lot, buddy. Hey, you know what, man? America loves you too. At least this American. You're awesome, dude. Anybody watching, thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back on after the weekend, and you'll probably see me face. And we're gonna do probably a Seaside Valley route. I should be finished setting up my routes by tomorrow. So on that note, everybody, y'all have a good night, a good morning, or whatever time it is where you are at. This has been 9 of 13, and remember, resistance is futile.